Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Tuesday, August 9th, 2016, around 5:59 in the afternoon, Billerica, Massachusetts. A hot day out, but the humidity is tolerable. It's get out and enjoy it because it's beginning tomorrow. Heat and humidity could be for several days and a heat wave. But keep an eye towards the sky because there's a chance of numerous thunder showers, and that could dump an inch in rain, but it won't be at many places. Some news to report. Former NFL quarterback Tim Tebow wants to try out to become a Major League Baseball player, and soon he's going to have workouts with all 30 Major League Baseball teams. This smells like a reality television program, in my humble opinion. He's close to 30 years old, and I don't know if he'll ever get big leagues. He still wants this 15 minutes of fame. And Texas Rangers DH Prince Fielder's career is over because he has a debilitating neck injury and he's medically disabled, and it's sad to see his career go because he was just a great power hitter. And the U.S. women's gymnastics team has won the gold medal in Rio, so congratulations to them. And that's about it on news. My second video blog subject of the day is about the former reality television show Real People. Real People lasted approximately 5 years on NBC from April 1979 through July 1984. It was produced and created by George Schittlater, who was famous for being the creator and the producer of Laugh-In back in the 60s and 70s. Real People was a show that dealt with like unusual people doing unusual occupations or doing contest and stuff like that. A lot of it was kind of humorous, but some of the stuff on Real People, it was real and serious stories like War Heroes. Real People was hosted by Sarah Purcell. She was basically the star of the show. Plus other people on Real People hosting it was John Bauer and Fred Willard and Skip Stevenson and Brian Allen and Bill Raftery and later on Peter Billingsley. And the stories on Real People continue to get more wackier and wackier each and every week. Its initial episodes of Real People were shown live on the East and Central time zones on each and every NBC affiliate. And Real People was a big ratings hit on NBC back in the late 70s and early 80s. It even peaked out in the Nielsen ratings as the 12th most popular show in the 1980-81 season. And this was at a time when NBC was a distant third in the networks because there were only 3 networks: ABC, CBS, and NBC. And NBC was in a ratings slide for years and years, but Real People made it kind of respectable. And there were also other segments on Real People, including like funny people doing comedy things, sending in like videos and stuff, and also funny newspaper stories, which there were errors newspapers across the country. If like viewers send them in and they were read on Real People, they got a Real People t-shirt. And there were actually 2 spin-offs to Real People because it was so popular. They had a segment called Speak Up America, which was briefly a series, but that flopped and it actually became the opening segment of Real People. And they had kind of another spin-off called Real Kids, which was a mirror image of Real People, but that didn't fly. It was hosted by Peter Billingsley, but eventually Peter Billingsley became a correspondent for Real People, and he had some of the Real Kids as well. And they had a lot of imitators of Real People shows during this time period in the early 80s, like That's My Line, which was produced by Mark Goodson and Bill Todman, kind of a reverse version of What's My Line with like Crazy Occupation, hosted by Bob Barker, which ran on CBS in December of 1980 and 1981. And another one, That's Incredible, which was hosted by John Davison and Fran Tarkenton and Kathy Lee Crosby, which will be a subject of a future video blog sometime this week or this weekend. And they had some varied degrees of success. And Real People, continue to be on the air until 1984. And the last year Real People was on the air, it kind of fell through the ratings, because I think a lot of people were just getting like the novelty of like Real People wore thin, because there was so many stories that they could do with all kinds of people before they just do it with repetitively and other things. But I thought Real People was a great show, because it brought a lot of humor to it, and a lot of interesting facts about like serious stories about war heroes, and like panel was pretty good. It was Sarah Purcell and Skip Stevenson kind of had like they were flirtatious. Plus I liked Peter Billingsley and like Fred Willard on the show. Reruns of Real People appeared in syndication in I think 1983, but they were titled More Real People, because back then when reruns of syndicated shows were going on it while the network show was still on the air, they would have to give it a new name. I remember watching the reruns of Real People, More Real People. I think they showed it on WBZ Channel 4, and they actually had a retrospective of like a Real People show back in 1991, in September 1991, hosted by Sarah Purcell and Fred Willard. Real People was reran in the late 1990s on Discovery People, but that network's been discontinued back in 2000, and I'm very surprised that Real People reruns have not popped up on like Me TV or Antenna TV and Cozy TV or Get TV or even Decades, because it would be cool to see it again. Maybe it'd be on a Decade Weekends binge sometime in the near future. And Real People, in my humble opinion, was a great show. It was like kind of a good reality show, but they didn't really call it reality back then. It probably was a human interest show. And if they ever revive Real People this time, it'd probably be more ridiculous stories, more crazy things, and probably would be more adult-oriented stuff, because that sells. And that's about it on Real People. I will be back with the third and final video blog of the night, which will be about Baseball Hall of Famer Robin Young. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly was blood. The WCCO accent has nice legs. Elizabeth Hatt's also stunning. She's the best. Amy Squeezy's awesome. And Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And Linda Church has the nicest legs in New York City. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, nope, see you later.